and welcome back to the Wwenxt and to another edition of NXT Out of 10. We're fresh off the Heatwave PLE and a few things have changed. Dark State, the new tag team champions, JC James no longer TNA Knockouts champion, and Lola Vice is number one contender to James' women's title. So yeah, we got the fallout from that, but NXT Open, we will recap of the show before Ricky Saints came out to talk about what happened at 6 Heatwave, but was quickly interrupted by Josh Briggs, who was still bragging about beating Inamura. Before things could devolve into a fight, Ava came out and announced Briggs would face Saints later on, with the winner getting a shot for the title. We then got a brief backstage segment to set up the first match between Blake Monroe and Chloe Jordan. There wasn't much in the segment, but it was short, effective, which is definitely a good thing sometimes, and set up a decent match later on. But the match we then saw got booked between Jordan and Monroe during a segment from Heatwave got going under the break. Monroe scored the first takedown and took control. She began focusing on Jordan's left shoulder, which most of her offense. Jordan Grace showed up and Monroe tried to leave like she did a few weeks ago, but she found the door was locked. Grace made her get back in the ring so she could finish her match. Jordan took advantage and hit a split load moonsault for the pin and win. A pretty short match that didn't have enough time to really get going before the finish, but Jordan was getting a win, was a good call. The loss wouldn't hurt Monroe, so yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Good call, but probably not the best match. Before we got Miles Bourne taking on Nexus King in a blindfold match, which came about after King sprayed Bourne with pepper spray during a recent backstage encounter. Both men had trouble finding each other, but once they made contest, they locked up and started struggling around the ring. Bourne had a nice drop kick and ended up taking King down, sending him out of the ring by flying through the ropes. He also injured his hands chopping the ring post when he thought it was Bourne. The match was booked for comedy. This shouldn't have worked in most cases. A battle like this would be the worst thing on the show. That being said, it was kind of entertaining. King was especially good at the comedy spots to make it look foolish and ended up cheating and removing his mask to get the win. I mean, it's predictable what was going to happen, but it was fun nonetheless. I like to do stuff like that. So yeah, 5 out of 10. Before we got Kendall Gray and Ren Sinclair versus Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame. Dempsey, Vance and Spears were ringside. Dame planted Gray in the corner right of the guard, but Sinclair came in and helped her with a quick double team sequence. Both teams got in a lot of offense because the pace was quick and nobody was ever in control for too long. It made the match feel competitive while still being easy to follow. Unfortunately, it ended too abruptly and too soon, with Dame hitting a pop-up power bomb to pin Sinclair. I mean, yeah, decent match. Would have liked to see more, like I say, but yeah, it was alright. 6 out of 10. Josh Briggs then took on Ricky Saints in the match that was booked earlier on. It got started with both men throwing hands. They didn't take long making this a physical warm matchup. They eventually took the fight out of the ring, where Briggs was sent into the ring post. We returned from a break to see Briggs in the driver's seat. He took Saints down for a near fall and started to look frustrated. Saints ducked a flying clothesline as he began to come back. And yeah, this was a decent match between two guys who were very different in both style and presentation. Briggs is a big man who's quick on his feet, so he was able to keep up with his faster opponent most of the time. Both men had a few close calls, but a spinning DDT from Saints put Briggs down for the 3. We now know who Wade Femi will face at No Mercy, and yeah, it's a match I really can't wait for. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. As we then came to see Femi face off against the number one contender, and he promised to win the chance for Reign of Terror before Dark State came out, insinuating that them two will face off against Femi and Saints in a tag match. Before Hank and Tank came to the ring to even the odds. The segment ended with the bay faces sending the heels packing. And yeah, good little segment, and sets up a big match for whenever we'll get it. Before we got the singles match between Fire and Tyra May Steele, who was looking to avenge her loss at Heatwave. Fire taunted Steele a bit at first, but the gold medalist made her regret it once she started throwing her around the ring with a 3-seat plex. Once Fire regained control, she tried to keep Steele grounded with little success. Steele was able to pull out the victory before Chelsea Green attacked her from behind. Davian Heights confronted her, but Ethan Pate attacked him. This was another short match, but it was good for Steele to get a win on their record after suffering a loss on Sunday, especially over kind of like a main roster star as well. So yeah, 5 out of 10. We then got Lola Vice, Zaria and Sol Rooker versus Fatal Influence, and Rooker and Henley started this match, and they were having a nice exchange until Henley lost her balance on the ring. Zaria and Nyx took over and the Powerhouse took control for her team. She brought in the ice and slammed her on top of Nyx for a quick 2. Neither team seemed to have a clear advantage over the other, so they traded the upper hand many times. This was a solid match, but it might not have been the right choice to win the show. This would have been done better as an opening bout to get them into it. Everyone worked hard, but it felt like this was Zai's mate Vice stand out, and she definitely did. She even scored the win for her team with a spinning back fist. So yeah, I guess in a way it kind of achieved its purpose, just kind of questioning the position on the card, really. 6 out of 10. And over NXT this week got a 6 out of 10. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty decent show. Some good matches in there, setting up some intriguing storylines, especially the Saints sort of stuff. Currently as well with Alexis King and Miles Bourne. So yeah, on the whole, I thought it was a pretty fun show, and Jack gets a 6 out of 10 from me. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.